Hello and welcome to the third video in the McCombs Career Development Series, Building an Effective Resume. In this video, we'll review the McCombs resume format. To recruit on campus at McCombs, you'll need to format your resume according to the McCombs standards. I'll show you some of the key features. Second, we'll talk about how to write bullet points to clearly articulate your value and potential. And lastly, we'll touch upon some general tips as well as pointers for optimizing your resume for online applications and recruiting software. Think of your resume as a personal branding document designed to market all of your unique components that might be attractive to an employer. By thinking about your resume as a marketing document, you'll be able to formulate content in a way that creates a positive impression to employers. You'll want to include all the key elements that make up your distinctive value, including your educational and academic background, particular skills relevant to the occupation or industry you're targeting, including both technical skills as well as transferable skills like leadership or communication. You'll need to provide details about work or internship experience, and you'll want to mention other activities, such as volunteer work or extracurriculars, that further paints a picture of what makes you unique. Experienced recruiters spend less than 10 seconds on an individual resume, so it is important to make sure you are marketing yourself effectively so you'll be selected for an interview. McCombs staff has developed our particular format based on information and feedback from industry partners over time. This format enables recruiters to gather important details about students quickly and easily. The McCombs resume template outlines an approach that is chronological, concise, and consistent. Experience, educational background, and activities are listed in reverse chronological order with the most recent information listed first. Each word on your resume should serve a purpose. Since you're limited to only one page, every statement should be meaningful. Avoid using lengthy explanations when a few words will suffice. Writing in a concise yet powerful manner can be difficult, but you can start by writing down your experience in greater detail and then edit your content by removing filler words like pronouns, articles, and helping verbs. Pay attention to the details concerning spacing, font sizes, and dashes. Your entire resume should be consistent. Formatting errors can cause recruiters to think that you are sloppy or have poor attention to detail. All of the great content on your resume can be overlooked if there are mistakes, so be sure to be careful with formatting, grammar, and spelling. Most of the important content that employers will want to read comes in the form of your carefully worded bullet points. Bullet points should answer the question, how did I add value? Let's look at some key features to be sure you include to enhance your personal brand. The bullet points on your resume should contain a skill that you want to market at the beginning of the bullet point, followed by the most important details, such as what you did or how you did it. End your bullet points by noting specific, quantifiable results, talking about your accomplishments in terms of dollar amounts, numbers, and percentages. In this example, you can see that the strong description of the student's experience contains a lot more detail and specific metrics versus the vague language used in the weak example. In this example, you can see that the student added a description of the organization in italics to add further clarity. It can be helpful to add a company description if the company or organization name is relatively unknown. This example also makes good use of including measurable results, such as numbers and dollar amounts. Providing specific facts and details gives your resume credibility and demonstrates that you are results-oriented, which can further enhance your personal brand. A variety of action verbs are used to keep the reader's attention and make the experience more interesting to read about. Here are some general tips to keep in mind when creating your resume. McCombs recommends that you have a master resume or list of accomplishments. This comprehensive document can be multiple pages because you'll use it as a reference rather than to actually apply for jobs. Once you have a master document, you can easily copy and paste to create multiple resumes that are tailored to specific jobs or industries. Creating a specialized resume can increase your chances of being selected for an interview. When tailoring your resume for a specific job, it is important to reference the job description and the specific qualifications the employer desires. You should select skills and experiences that align with the job qualifications to demonstrate that you are the perfect match for the job and include those on your resume. You should include your GPA on your resume if it is above a 3.2. I would suggest leaving off your GPA if it is below that threshold. I would also recommend that you solicit feedback from multiple points of contact. I'm going to be working closely with each of you to produce a resume that effectively markets your skills. However, it is always helpful to get the opinions of industry professionals to be sure you are successfully communicating your value within your target field. Most large companies use some type of applicant tracking system to manage the large number of candidates that apply to their open positions. Jobs posted online can have hundreds of applicants, so companies utilize software to essentially rank candidates according to keywords on their resumes. Here are some tips on how to optimize your resume to get through an applicant tracking system so that a human recruiter actually reads it. Carefully read the job description and company website for clues on what keywords the screening software will be using. Include those keywords on multiple places on your resume, including the education, experience, and skills section. Be sure to include industry and company-specific terminology. For instance, if the job descriptions use acronyms and abbreviations, use those rather than spelling out the full words so that your resume will match their keywords. Keep the formatting simple because the software is typically not sophisticated enough to read non-standardized text. Use a Word or rich text format rather than a PDF because some software cannot read PDF files. Be careful to avoid spelling errors. While you should never have spelling errors on your resume, spelling must be exact for an applicant tracking system to recognize particular words. You can find a copy of the McCombs resume template along with a sample resume and a list of action verbs in the Files section of Canvas in the Career Development folder. As a next step, please format your resume into the McCombs template and email it to me in Word format by June 1st. After that, I'll work with each of you individually over email to edit your resume and finalize the resume book prior to the start of the program. Class resume books are distributed to the advisory councils and industry contacts as a way to further market our students as potential employees. Remember, your resume is part of your personal brand, and you'll use it to market yourself. Your resume should highlight your accomplishments and explain the potential value you can add to an employer. It will form the foundation for first impressions of you, so it's important that it tells a great story about your experience and positive attributes. Thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to helping you create excellent resumes.